Hi everyone, it's JG here with Earth-5D Ascension School, back for another teaching where you are the light, the path, and the way forward, friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm so happy you're here today. So welcome if you're new. Welcome to all my beautiful Earth-5D Ascension School family. And I hope that you're having an awesome day or night wherever you are in this world. So guys, today I wanted to talk about the ever so hot topic of sexuality and the differences between the third dimension and sexuality and the fifth, because they are very vast, right? They are very vast. So I'm excited to get into it. So when we're talking about the third dimension and sexuality, right? Oftentimes throughout the ages, both men and women have had to use their sexuality to get things that they wanted, get things done, right? Oftentimes, women and men were using their sexuality to manipulate and to control. And so when we look at the history of the feminine, the last like 20,000 years or so, roughly, women were seen as a commodity, right? Women had to be like basically purchased, or you made a deal to have a wife, and then that man, or if the man passed on, their sons would sort of own the woman and look after her, right? They were more of like a possession. And so in that case, women sort of started to objectify their own sexuality and feel like it was an object, or that they were an object. And you know, that's what made them important, right? And so we still see that today, where we're seeing men and women doing so much to construct their appearance, right? So much artificial, non-organic ways to construct one's appearance to appear almost synthetic, right? Like the lips, the eyes, the breasts, the butt, you know, everything sort of is, you know, non-organic. And that's tough because we are beautiful and we are perfect just as we are, right? So that's one huge significant change, is just to embrace who we are, embrace ourselves as people who are worthy to just be and look as we are, with not a whole bunch of inorganic, synthetic enhancements. So when we're talking about using sexuality, so oftentimes women would use the act of intercourse or anything else that went along with it to sort of get what they needed from a man, and vice versa. So it doesn't really matter the gender. It was just how we were using. So sexuality is innocent. How we use it can be non-innocent, right? And so when we're looking at this, we can kind of look at as our sexuality from a material way, a physical way, and then there's an emotional way, right? And so what I feel like men and women are looking for in the fifth dimension is connecting it with emotional intimacy. So there's emotional intimacy, and then there's physical intimacy. And so even physical intimacy all by itself could be like terrible, right? It can be horrible. Like physical intimacy without any feelings or any emotional intimacy can be horrifying, right? And our closeness, and it becomes sort of empty and trivial, right? It becomes hollow. And those lustier energies of the lower astral, right, can feel powerful. They can be perceived as powerful. However, what they lack is the love and the substance. So it's always sort of like an empty feeling that's like it's an itch that can never get satisfied, because when you only have the physical, it lacks what it's meant to be for. And joining it sexually with a male or female, or male, female, female, it doesn't matter, but it's what you're meant to share with that physical intimacy. And the quality of it needs to be there nowadays, like the quality of what you're leading with. So we're not talking about not being sexy, but sexiness is something that we just are. some people are more than others, whatever, everyone has their own taste, right? Sexiness is what it is. Everyone has their own taste, but so on and so forth. However, what we're talking about here is leading with a higher quality energy, a pure, cleaner energy from our second chakra, and connecting that to the heart. Because when we do that, it's just like a night and day difference. It's a night and day different experience. And so how do we create that? We need to first observe ourselves. Where are we using our sexuality to manipulate? What is the quality of energy you're putting out? Are you trying to say that because you are you trying to say that you want to get things with your sexuality? Are you trying to say that you want to meet someone in a holistic exchange, right? That's very mutual, and mutually, not only in the sense of everyone's happy and participating in it, but also, is it benefiting you all? Because a lot of people, especially in marriages, the thought was for thousands and thousands of years that it's okay to have someone you wed and then someone you bed, right? And so those are the kind of ideas that are archaic, that you don't have to fall in love with someone now that you don't like, or get married to someone that you are quote unquote, you don't have to marry someone nowadays that you don't like. Mostly we have options, right? We get to choose, and we have, because of the internet and because our world is so interconnected, right, on Earth, we can take the time. We can take the time to find out, find someone that we know that not only are we physically compatible, that's the easy part. The chemistry is there and it's obvious, right? It's the harder part is how do we find and develop the emotional intimacy needed to preserve a relationship for a lifetime with someone that you actually love, someone that's easy to get along with, someone that you're enjoying the quality of your energy together. So it's not just having the physical attraction. It's what energy are you producing. You can tell the health of a tree. You can tell the health of something by the fruit that it bears. Is this bearing good fruit, or am I hurting myself? Am I having an affair? Am I using someone with my sexuality to get what I want, and they don't know it, or they're not comfortable with it, or if they did know my intentions, would it hurt them? Right? So these are the things to think about. And then once you kind of say, okay, well, where am I meeting somebody here? Am I then creating healthy boundaries, right? Am I then willing to create healthy boundaries with a partner? Am I willing to not just kind of throw myself out there, right? If I'm in a committed relationship, we all could, anyone could put themselves on the internet and have, multiple partners daily, right? It's just, but it's empty, right? It's empty. It's not where it's that physical, raw, lusty energy isn't producing fruit that tastes sweet anymore. Maybe it never did. It's the energy of connecting in a heart chakra sort of way, and setting boundaries around that by not letting people get close to you that you feel have ill intentions, or not having a healthy mutual exchange. So these are the thoughts you can start to say, like, how am I using this? How historically have I seen women and men use their sexuality, and how is sort of like this X-rated, overabundance of sexuality that's often very, very synthetic, permeating my world doesn't make me feel good. Am I free? And if I'm not free, how can I stop being a slave? And how can I be a free man or woman and express my sexuality in a way that's beneficial to myself and to others, and causes positive fruit to be born, positive energy to be created, right? So that is my spiel today on this very Sunday, and I'm so glad you're here at Earth-5D Ascension School, and I just send you so much love and light. Take care, guys.